Making changes on Amazon PPC just for the sake of doing something is a waste of time and very often a waste of money. In this video, I will tell you what not to do absolutely ever in your account just for the sake of feeling good about yourself, or what your team shouldn't be doing just for the sake of proving their existence in this world. It's important to understand that Amazon algorithm needs room to breathe, basically. So if you just keep changing bids and budgets and every hour or too often, doesn't have the proper data to act upon it. If you just started your campaign and the next day you increase your bids, then you decrease the bids, then you set up the day parting, pause the campaign, enable the campaign, and you do all of these things. Very often, the algorithm will not have proper data to base their decision off because you're just not making any sense out of this. So I had a personal situation where another company was claiming that we're not doing anything on the account simply because they said in this period of time we would most likely made hundreds and thousands of changes, and that was their unique selling proposition to take over the account. And then when we when we had an honest conversation with the brand owner, we realized, and I reminded them on what was the agreement, and that every possible change that we did was based on the data. So it's not about how often you make the changes, it's about making the right change and right decision to drive the results towards the set KPIs. So let's not get it too extreme. It doesn't mean that any account there is just set and forget. You launch 10 campaigns and you just sit tightly and watch what happens. It just the context is always important, and you shouldn't be launching 50 campaigns just for the sake of feeling proactive. Just there has to be a reason behind it, solid reason. We're doing this because of that, and we're going to measure success by X, Y, and Z. Because action without a strategy is just a friction. So here's what to do and what not to do on your campaign. So share this with your team, or you can check this on your next weekly or monthly meeting. Focus first on what matters. Sort your campaigns by total cost. Then see if there are some of the campaigns that are having good success metrics, let's say ACOS, but are hitting the budget ceiling. So go there and increase the budgets, but do not increase it by 50%, 100%. Now, if the budget is already at 200 or $500, increase it to 600, 650, not more than that, really. Trust me. Watch Look at Amazon algorithm as a freight train. You have to do only slight turns to the left or right, not hard turns. So that will be your metaphor on how to make changes in the campaigns. Then always focus your time and efforts in what drives the results. There's no point in going, if you have hundreds of campaigns, in going every day through all of them and increasing the bids just a little bit to have zero point 0.5 decrease in ACOS. That just doesn't make any sense. Yes, you can do it automatically through some custom rules, but it doesn't make much sense. Focus your energy on building a strategy and executing based on the data. So the biggest takeaway for this point is focus in this upper part of matrix. So high impact, low effort actions. And there's definitely high impact, high effort actions such as restructuring improper campaign structure, doing the restructure of the campaigns. That's always messy, it's sensitive, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, at what pace you want to do it, gradually, not to mess the performance completely. And it's important to note the last thing that I want to cover is that don't be emotional about your data. So if you see a campaign that has 300% ACOS suddenly, or something happened, mistakes happen, don't be like, hey, pause this, what's happening? I don't trust my team anymore, or whatever. Stay calm, ask questions. 9 out of 10 times, it's something that happened on a search term level. So you have campaign level, you have ad group level, keyword levels, search term levels. So something happened, something slipped through the cracks, your ACOS spiked. And most often, these high ACOS campaigns are usually on the low spend. So if you're spending, I don't know, 10,000 per day or per month, whatever, if you're spending high amounts of money and you see, I don't know, a few campaigns that have 300% ACOS, most likely that's like coming from a campaign that spent $20 in the last 3 days and had some small sale or whatever, and then the ACOS immediately looks that bad. So don't act based on your emotions. Your team most likely knows what they're doing. If you constantly see these type of things, yes, it's okay. Ask them what's going on. You know what? Stay calm. So stop chasing another hype, another shiny object. So if it's 3 weeks before Prime Day and you saw an amazing video on YouTube telling some, I don't know, out of this world strategy, that's too late to implement. You should not be doing restructural changes to your campaigns, to your account 3 weeks before Prime Day or 3 weeks before Christmas sales. So if you want to prepare properly from Prime Day, now is the time to start. Now is we are at end of February. Start preparing your campaign structure for Prime Day. If it's now, let's say you're preparing for Christmas sales, start in September. That's the point where you want to try and do something different and prepare for your very important days. So your team needs to know this. They need to push back sometimes. And we as an agency, sometimes we need to push back to the brand owners. Hey, I saw this, I saw that, and that's cool. We like to learn. We love to learn when we keep learning every day. But some things are not meant to be implemented right away. There needs to be already some real use case because Amazon lately has been launching so many different things. Try this sponsored video. Some say it's best thing ever. Some other people say they don't have enough data to base off their decisions. So it's not like something ridiculously bad is going to happen. Just sometimes advertisers have to say no and explain why, give the reasoning behind it. That's something that your team should be doing. If they're not, they're just listening to what you're saying and throwing ideas at them. Most likely they are scared from you or scared about their positions or the work that they're doing. So if that's the case, that always say yes to you, you need to check what's going on. Now, I don't want this video to be too long because it's an interesting subject, but if you have anything that you are not getting out of all of this, please ask in the comments and I'll be glad to answer every single question that you may have. And see you on Monday in the next video. Bye bye.